gon' clock in, clock in, clock in, gon' clock in, clock in, clock in, clock in. Yeah, it's time to go to work. See my defense, they on the field right now. Yeah, my defense, they yelling 3 and now. Yeah, my defense, they don't like your quarterback. So my defense, all trying to get them sacks with the ball in the air. Secondary go to work. Byron Jones, he be there, he be lying, he be lurking. If you get past him, Jeff Heath gon' hurt him. Put the ball down, go ahead and run it. I got a hot front four when they coming. Plus we got the best linebacker duo in the whole NFL. We the hot boys sizzling on fire, come to give your team hell. Clock in, D, yeah, it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. Yeah, it's time to go to work. See, clock in, D, yeah, it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. Yeah, it's time to go to work. Go defense, defense, go defense, defense, gone defense, defense, clock in, D, yeah, it's time to go to work. I know I said at the beginning of this track, man, that we had like a top 10 or like a top 5. Hot boys gearing up to be triple D, you know what I'm saying? Clock Dallas Doomsday defense. Listen what the hot boys tell them. Put me in, coach. Yeah, we all hard hitters. Smell fresh meat. Yeah, we all eating. Put me in, coach. Yeah, we all hard hitters. Smell fresh meat. Yeah, we all eating. Put me in, coach. Yeah, we all hard hitters. Yeah, I smell fresh meat. Yeah, we all eating. Clock in, D. Yeah, it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. Yeah, it's time to go to work. See, clock in, D. Yeah, it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. Yeah, it's time to go to work. Gone clock in, clock in, clock in, gone clock in, clock in, clock in, gone clock in, clock in, clock in, clock in. Yeah, it's time to go to work. See the star on the field, you gon' meet D-Law. Thinking you an outlaw, we sending the predator. Jalen Smith scoop up the whole field, so how you gon' play here, bruh? If you release your dogs, we got a wolf hunter. LVE, tackling Dutchmen coming. If you hungry and trying to eat like Zeke, we'll send in a taco to sweep you off your feet. Now you deep in the woods, plus we got a couple Collins. They say time and pressure make diamonds, the hot boys shining. Clock in, D, yeah, it's time to go to work. They say, defense wins championships. We're here in Dallas, we got a top 10. When the hot boys hit the field, this is what we tell them. Listen what we tell them. This is what we tell them. Go to work. Clock in, D. Yeah, it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. Yeah, it's time to go to work. See, clock in, D. Yeah, it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. Yeah, it's time to go to work. Gone clock in, clock in, clock in, gone clock in, clock in, clock in, gone clock in, clock in, clock in, clock in. Yeah, it's time to go to work. See my defense, they on the field right now. Yeah, my defense, they yelling 3 and now. Yeah, my defense, they don't like your quarterback. So my defense, all trying to get them sacks with the ball in the air. Secondary go to work. Byron Jones, he be there, he be lying, he be lurking. If you get past him, Jeff Heath gon' hurt him. Put the ball down, go ahead and run it. I got a hot front four when they coming. Plus we got the best linebacker duo in the whole NFL. We the hot boys sizzling on fire, come to give your team hell. Clock in, D, yeah, it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. Yeah, it's time to go to work. See, clock in, D, yeah, it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. Yeah, it's time to go to work. Go defense, defense, go defense, defense, gone defense, defense, clock in, D, yeah, it's time to go to work. I know I said at the beginning of this track, man, that we had like a top 10 or like a top 5. Hot boys gearing up to be triple D, you know what I'm saying? Clock Dallas Doomsday defense. Listen what the hot boys tell them. Put me in, coach. Yeah, we all hard hitters. Smell smell fresh meat. Yeah, we all eating. Put me in, coach. Yeah, we all hard hitters. Smell fresh meat. Yeah, we all eating. Put me in, coach. Yeah, we all hard hitters. Yeah, I smell fresh meat. Yeah, we all eating. Clock and D. Yeah, it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. Yeah, it's time to go to work. See, clock and D. Yeah, it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. Yeah, it's time to go.
The 2019 Dallas Cowboys season is only a few months from kicking off. But this year, let's do things a little different. Instead of just watching games at home or just going to a game, let's actually experience our Dallas Cowboys, just like West Coast does. Cowboys Experience is my one-stop shop for all my Cowboys game day weekends. Their packages are all inclusive, including 2 nights hotel accommodation. We'll pick you up and drop you off at the airport and game. Want to hang out and get autographs from current and former Cowboy greats like Drew Pearson? If you're ready to experience the Dallas Cowboys like no other, make sure you inbox West Coast or go to cowboysexperience.com today. 2019 Dallas Cowboys season.
This is Ray Williams. Thank you so much for hanging out with us with Dallas Cowboys Scout.
Appreciate
My
it.
man West Coast from this buck.
Thank you for watching West Coast.
Shout out West Coast Cowboys. You know, it's always love over here. Raider, Cowboy, always a Cowboy.
Did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!
What's up with you guys? It is your boy West Coast, and we are live in the building, man. How you guys doing on this Sunday? I know you guys are, man, think about this. In 3 weeks, this Sunday will be replaced with real football. Not saying we ain't been seeing no real football, but y'all know the regular season. We almost there, y'all. But yo, it is your boy West Coast. We live in the building on this great Sunday. We're going to have ourselves a great show. You guys already know if I'm on the line. You already know I'm going to have one of my Cowboy cousins on the line. So, man, I got no one other than the boss, Cowboy. What's up with you, man?
Hey, what's up going on, West Coast? How you doing?
Oh, shoot, I'm blessed, and highly favored, man. Highly favored, man. But, man, how you doing on this good Sunday?
Oh, man, I'm doing great. Let's talk some football.
Shoot, I am too, man. It's just something about, like my neighbor Pete, man. He is a diehard Cowboy fan. He also a drunk Cowboy fan, but he a diehard Cowboy fan. And he came home about 2:00 in the morning last night. I was up watching film. He came beating on my door, on my back door, because he know that's my door. He beat on my back door. Bam, bam, bam. I'm like, what the hell is going on? West Coast. I said, what's up? Man, what's going on? How about those Cowboys? I'm like, Rick Pete, if you don't go sit yourself, sit your butt down somewhere. But yeah, man, my boy Pete was lit, man. So I don't give a dang if it's a preseason or a scrimmage game. If it got the Cowboys involved with it, I'm trying to win it, and I'm happy we did yesterday. What you think, Boss Cowboy?
Me too, though. You know, because sometimes you want to still kind of the game, the mirror as real as possible. And to a degree, that was almost revenge. They put us out the playoffs, so you want us to win that one.
Absolutely, and you want your guys. You want your.
Other ones might get looked at like just evaluation for the players, but some of them I want to see also some, coaching evaluation.
Absolutely. Hey, man, so, yo, we got some people up in this comment box, man. We got some people up in this show. I appreciate you guys. We got my boy Michael up in there. He said he liked the 15. I am not going to lie to you guys. This is not a Devin Smith jersey yet. You know what I'm saying? This is 15. That's my family number. We've been rocking it for a long time. But it's just amazing, man. Zeke came in with the 15. Devin Smith wearing 15. I'm just saying. Them Ohio State boys, man. Give me more of them. Tremaine, AB, what up with you, Dallas? He says Dallas, Texas in the house. Hey, man, if you in Dallas, man, you got to link up with my boy, Boss Cowboy, because he out there in Dallas, man. Dwayne, what's up with you, Double D? I got your order last night. I appreciate you, man. Justin, what's up with you? Joe Trenchina, I already knew you was up in here. How you doing? Michael, what's up with you, Mike? I don't know if you're new listener, but I don't know. How you doing today, brother? I haven't recognized your last name, but if you're new to the stream, I'm gonna tell you like this. Go ahead and put your feet up. Try not to sit directly on the couch, you know what I'm saying? But put your feet up, get something out the refrigerator, and use a coaster. You know what I'm talking about? How you doing, Miss Woods? How you doing today? I see you, Miss Woods. I see you over there. Michael says, what's up to West Coast and Boss Cowboys? CJ Selly, how you doing? How you doing, Scout? I see you, D. What up with you, Jamez? I see you, man. How you doing, Scout? D, I see you. Greg, Antoine, Anthony, Boss Cowboy, are you able to see comments where you at right now, brother? Boss Cowboy got it. It's all good. You gotta work. You gotta get that mute button off. Hey, until Boss Cowboy internet get better where he is, we gotta phone him in because for whatever reason that internet was tripping, and I'm not gonna have you guys focusing on the quality of the show versus focusing on the content of the show. So we gonna get that fixed, and when we get that fixed, you'll see his pearly whites right beside mine. You know what I'm saying? But Boss Cowboy, man, you gotta. Hey, if I ever ask Boss Cowboy a question and he just talking, I want y'all to hit the mute button in the comment box. All right, Boss Cowboy, let me see. Go. I know you back now, right?
Yeah, man. I like how you just blame my internet, man. That is not my internet, man. Stop. But I'll take the blame. Yeah.
It's not his internet. It's just the wavy lines that float in the air that you can connect to. My lines are more wavier than his. That's all I want to say. But Boss Cowboy, hey, I was asking you, are you able to see the comments? I didn't know if you were able or not.
No, I can't see them.
It's all good. But hey, it's all good. Let's get right into some football, man. Y'all already know this first portion of the show is brought to you by the people over at Gridiron Hard All-Stars. Remember, if you feel that your third grade to eighth grade year old child has what it takes to make that next level, you need to send them over an email to gridironhardallstars@yahoo.com. Send your child's hey, turn your back noise down a little bit. Send your slide video over to gridironhardallstars@yahoo.com, and then they will take a look at it and get you your information pack out so we can get you guys available. I'm gonna tell you guys, if you don't know how to make a highlight film of your kid, I'm gonna tell you this is the easiest thing to do. Create a YouTube account. You go on YouTube, create a YouTube account, right? Once you go to YouTube, once you go to your kid's event, record said event. You record the event. Post said event on YouTube. Post event on YouTube, right? Post your kid on YouTube. Take that link, put it in the email, send it to them. See that? See how that worked? West Coast just taught you how to make a highlight video in what? That was like 30 seconds. You know what I'm saying? But literally, if you need help getting the making the video, whatever, just inbox me. You know I'll look out for you. I ain't tripping. But make sure you send it over there to Gridiron Hard All Stars because we got to get some kids out there, man, because this is a Cowboy business trying to do some great things with y'all Cowboy kids, man. So we know we got to support that. But let's get right into this show, man, because Jerry Jones and already said some janky stuff, man. I really wanted to start this show off about football, but you guys already know we are the Dallas Cowboys, so we're going to put football second, and we're going to talk about this drama that Jerry Jones said in an interview right after his team went to Hawaii and performed in the god-awful heat. I heard it was like literally like if you bent the devil open, spread his legs, how hot his butthole is, that's how hot it was, I heard, inside the stadium. And them boys were still able to pull that thing off regardless of his preseason, so shout out to that. So let's get right into this interview. It's about 1 minute and 19 seconds. I think the funny thing about this is, Boss Cowboy, when most people heard this interview, and hey, can I get some shares? Because we're about to talk about some fire stuff right now, and I don't want to just limit this to the 65 people. And I think we even got some people on YouTube. Y'all know I'm new to YouTube, so I'll be forgetting. I apologize, YouTube. I didn't mean to do you like that. I'm going to get you up. But I want make sure you guys share because we're about to talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Now, Jerry Jones said after this game, I'll just let y'all hear it, man. I'm gonna just let y'all hear it. Let's just get it here. Let's just get a listen to this. All right, let me turn it up so you can hear it, right? Here we go. Make sure you guys can hear it and listen to it. All right, let me know if you guys can hear it. Here we go. All right, I'm starting.
Best negotiator with Zeke to Pollard. Now Zeke who? He's got your camera.
Hey, turn your phone down, boys.
Not at your expense.
All right, let me see if I can get this thing to not freeze as much as it is. But I wanted the importance of hearing this interview is simple. It's on. If I can't get it to play right here, what I'll do is I will.
But seriously, just talk about what he's done in this country.
All right, and it's I guess it's been my internet is hating again, but hey, the importance of the interview was this. Jerry Jones made a statement.
I will say this.
Jerry Jones made a statement. Clarence Hill from the I think it is the Fort Worth Star, whatever paper he's from, I forget. I'll get that up there so you can get it. But he asked him, basically the question was like, Tony Pollard, like Ezekiel Elliott's, kind of like, is he now involved with the leverage? I mean, in with Ezekiel Elliott's contract and his situation. And Jerry Jones said, basically, he was trying to be funny, but he says to Clarence, he says, well, Zeke who? You know what I'm saying? Trying to kind of like downplay what's going on with Zeke. But I think that's the only part that most mainstream media ran with. But the thing about it is, I think what was even more important was what he said afterwards, when he said that the Dallas Cowboys are not trying to replace Zeke, but his envision is what Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard can be together. You know what I'm saying? And how that is going to be able to get the maximize out of what you're going to do with Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard. You there with me, boss?
All the way.
All right, what was your thoughts on that, man? What was your thoughts? I'm going to try to get that video. I'm going to try to get it back up, but what was your thoughts on it?
I laughed. I laughed at it because it was funny. Jerry was just joking. It was a joke. It was a pure just Jerry after game, feeling good, more than likely was sipping on some of that good drink.
That yak.
So it was, and I could tell he was setting it up when he was acting like he didn't hear what he said. He said, huh? It was and anybody that kind of watch Jerry, listen to Jerry, he does that when he's setting up his jokes. He'll like set you up for the joke. Like he did that with Jason Witten when he was talking about Jason Witten in the offseason, and he said 3 times as a setup, he said, Jason said that he won't take a lot of snaps, but he said it like he meant it, but I would have to see it. Like he said that literally 3 times, that awkward pause. So it's like if you know Jerry, you could tell when it's just pure tongue in cheek, just a pure joke. And it was a funny joke. It was basically saying Pollard had a good day, so who is Zeke? But it wasn't. But trust me, he don't mean it.
Yeah, and then my thing also too is when you can play around with it, when you can joke about life and death, because that's what it is when you're talking about my season. When you can, I always seem a very amazing the time when people can make light of jokes, because a week ago Jerry Jones wasn't making no jokes about Ezekiel Elliott. Everything was very serious, everything was very rigid, everything was very direct and to the point. You know what I'm saying? What this also kind of sounds like to me is Jerry Jones has a little confidence, and I don't think it's necessarily in Tony Pollard. I actually think Jerry Jones feels a little confidence in getting a deal done with Zeke. Because I absolutely need you guys, and I apologize it wouldn't play. I tell you guys, my internet is run by some Philadelphia Eagle fans. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? We got to accept what we can. But I'm going to post the link on my page so that you guys can see that. And I want you to hear, don't just listen to the sound bite, because the sound bite was only like three thirds of a second. You know what I'm saying? But the whole interview is a minute and 19 seconds. So they only focus on 3 seconds, but you gotta listen to the rest of that interview where Jerry Jones actually goes into detail what his thoughts are and what's his thoughts on having Tony Pollard along with Zeke. Now to talk about Tony Pollard, Tony Peasy, Tony P Nasty. Hey, yeah, he didn't got a nickname, man. It's official, man. He didn't got a nickname, man. Tony P Nasty, man. I like it, man. If you don't like it, put it in the comments. Tell me you like something else, man. But that's what I'm going for right now until I hear something else. But Tony P Nasty, man, because that's what I saw. I saw a little nastiness in him. You know what I'm saying? 5 carries for 42 yards and 1 TD. I'm gonna tell you something that I saw that was more nasty than anything, Boss Cowboy, is that he had the ability to follow his blocks. And I know that's like some people like, well, duh, everybody does that in the NFL. No, not every running back does that in the NFL.
That's a fact. Not everybody.
And I'm gonna tell you one thing I saw.
Smith did not.
Exactly. So and one thing I liked about Tony Pollard versus this game over last game is you could tell that he was using his vision more off of just using pure athletics. And it makes sense because in your first game, you just you know what I'm saying? But as you slow down a little bit, things start slowing down a little bit. And I also think that better play calling helped too, because they didn't run him off the goddamn guard and center all game. Because that for sure ain't his game. But what are your thoughts on Tony P, man?
Yeah, man. When I take a full analysis on Tony P, you can see the speed, because 4-3 speed and game speed is different. He seems to have both. So he can hit you quick, and he can be in a direction he needs to go really quick. That's good to see. But a lot of people, because of the successful drive, are also forgetting about the mixed block that caused the sack.
Jerry Jones didn't miss it, and that's not, oh my God, that's why I wanted to show that video so bad too, because that was actually the first thing Jerry Jones said. When they praised him, Jerry Jones said yes, but he also got to make sure he gets that pickup block and not get your quarterback killed. That's exactly verbatim, that's what Jerry Jones said. I'm posting an article.
Me and Jerry on the same page, because I want to look at the whole Pollard, not just the highlights of Pollard, because that also should sober us a little bit, especially since we're trying to use a small sample size of Pollard plays to try to make 3 seasons of a judgment versus Zeke. We have to then put major weight on the fact that he missed that block, and not just missed it, muffed it. It was a very horrible block.
It looked like he didn't want no parts of it, brother.
Just to be honest, and another thing about that too is that kind of takes away the argument of a 3-down back, because a 3-down back is a back that's you basically don't take out the game. That's what a 3-down back is. So if your blocking is a liability, you're not a 3-down back. And that's just where we have to be honest from what we've seen on tape. So it's one of those things that, when now judging the positive, you can see the patience, the explosion, the speed, you saw the balance, and you saw the strength, especially when that guy tried to hit him before he bounced off of him and he went into the end zone. That's what you want to see. And it's one of those things to where he's one of the best backup backs that we have, though. Like, if it's one of those things to where, would you be excited over him or Dunbar? I would be more excited over Pollard. Would I be more excited about him versus Rod Smith? Yes, I'm more excited about him than Rod Smith.
Hey, Rod Smith was busting in the game, though. I ain't gonna lie. Smith! He was busting. He was busting.
But I see more explosion in Pollard. So just across the board, pretty much, it looks like we're better. And then it was very good run play and run push without Tyron Smith.
Yep.
Very good, So and good pass pro, like Cam Fleming held up. He held up good. So it's one of those things to where remember just in 2017, if Tyron Smith went down and Chaz Green and Bell was protecting the blind side, you saw a major meltdown of the whole offense. So it's a lot to be. It's almost like this. I say it like this: the less you hear their names, the offensive line names, the better. The better. So you heard nothing about Frederick, so that's good. You heard nothing about that getting sacked, so that's good. So versus as soon as Tyron Smith went out the game versus Atlanta in 2017, we just kept hearing sack, holding, sack, holding, and it kept happening. So the silence also the silence is good, and the silence in the right positions.
Yeah, man, and I mean, one thing I do like about what I seen from Tony P too is not just the vision, but he did better as far as just contact, because last week, not even just saying versus last week, but I mean just his size alone, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to, for a guy like him, regardless if he played for the Cowboys or not, for his size, he's going to have that ability to bounce off dudes and to keep his feet moving after that first contact, because he's going to learn in this NFL that not everybody tackles with their arms. I mean, not with their body. A lot of these guys tackles with their arms. So if you can keep them legs go, you can break some tackles. You know what I'm saying? Just off the fact that these dudes ain't tackling good. That ain't even down. That's just across the NFL in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys just they don't tackle good anymore. You know what I'm saying? And so I like the fact that, you keep your feet moving, because you can almost get bet on that. You know what I'm saying? And he did that and kept himself going. You know what I'm saying? So I like what I saw from Tony P. I definitely think this time next year he could be looking at himself as probably the best backup running back in the NFL, considering you're backing up the best running back in the NFL. That's a damn good title, I would think, right? I mean, for a fourth round pick.
Because see, that Randall-Murray combo was a very, very good combo.
Yeah, it was.
2014. That was an amazing combo. Like, you saw no drop-off when you saw Randall inserted into the game. And sometimes you really just saw a change of speed. And I know Murray was faster, but who had game speed was Randall. His 40 time was bad. It was a 4.7. But he truly had game speed. You could see in the quickness. Same thing you can see with Pollard. It's that same kind of two-punch combo. Now, one thing that I hope that Dallas does is don't get so excited to where they start overusing Pollard, because if we kind of slow it down a little bit and have some vision, I can see a McCaffrey kind of building in Pollard.
Yep.
Like, McCaffrey is somebody that's dangerous also catching out the backfield. And he's a linebacker nightmare in terms of using him in the passing game. So it's one of those things to where if we just slow it down and let him develop, I can see in the next year or two, 10 or 15 pounds of muscle, instead of just leaning on a 4.3, let that reduce down to a 4.4, right? Still keep the speed, but put more size on him. And now you have somebody that you really kind of take his snaps off of Zeke to preserve him and Pollard by putting more size on Pollard, but also by kind of taking away from Zeke and kind of doing it almost like New Orleans was doing last year, where you have just a great two-punch combo.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind that at all.
And I'm gonna keep, and I ain't trying to make no excuse for him, but if you go look at his utilization at Memphis, man, he was not pass blocking. He was either, if he was on the field, the play was going for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was designated in the play. So there was not very many plays at Memphis where he was just on the field just to be on the field. Like, he's that type of weapon where if he's going to be on the field, you want him to be doing something. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not even like his body is not even suited for that. You guys hear about Zeke? Zeke is a big guy who comes down to his size. So when people be like, "Oh, well, Zeke is 220," it says that Tony Pollard's 210. First off, he ain't 210 pounds. You know what I'm saying? I honestly think he's around 200. You know what I'm saying? And this is just from me being at practice with him. So it's like, to turn him into, you obviously want him to be able to be good in pass protection, but bro, like, he's not really a 3-down back, so it's like he shouldn't even really be in those positions. That's why you drafted Ezekiel Elliott. I 110% agree with what you're saying as far as the Dallas Cowboys not overusing him, because honestly, using him on pass blocking, I think, is overusing him. I'm sorry. I think he should be able to do it because he's an NFL running back. But that's what you got Ezekiel Elliott for. That's what you got fullback for. Like, that's not really, like, him getting blew up off his spot, because I'm going to keep it real. Go look at what freaking Brooks did, or what's that dude, what is it, Douglas, number 55 from the Eagles? I'm a Dallas Cowboys scout. Number 50, I forget the name, number 55 from the Eagles. Is it Douglas? It's either Douglas or somebody. Is it not what's the boy name from the Eagles? Anyway, bro.
Derwin?
Whoever number 55 is on the Philadelphia Eagles. On that final play, when Mari Cooper took it to the house to win the game, go look at who saves that play with the block. And guess what? He gets destroyed. Who it is? Ezekiel Elliott. Like, he 100% sacrificed his body. Just smack. Because Dak did not have enough time to get the ball off. But they did, man. They did. And that's another, we're going to talk about that, man. Because when somebody does something like that for you, man, like, you know you got to be down for him. You know you got to ride for him, because Zeke got line shared on that play. And that's what Jerry Jones was kind of talking about. Like, in order for him to be considered a 3-down back, and I think it's kind of setting in on him too. Because Dak, you can't give Dak Prescott 30 to $34 million. And then, have problems maybe with T. Smith playing every game. I'm not saying he won't. I'm just saying he don't play every game. And then have your running back who's supposed to be on the field at all times, possibly a liability in the pass. You know what that's going to kill? Your play action game is gone. Like, because guess what? Somebody has to release that guy so he can chase. You know what I'm saying? Like, your play action game is going to be gone. So there are facets of your game that will change dramatically if your running back cannot pick up a blitz. Like, there are going to be facets of your team that are going to change. So, but I mean, the cool thing about it is we're going to sign Zeke. Like, the fact that Jerry Jones is up here talking smack lets me know that, what do you think, boss? It kind of lets me know that it's almost like, I think Jerry Jones may know that this is about to get done, man. Because I don't think he would be thinking,
the fact that he joked about it,
like, so candidly,
Yeah, and it was like if I'm trying to read his body language and I'm not acting like
you see, he looked faded too. Keep it real. He looked drunk.
And not even just that. It's just that kind of like when somebody has an aura of just no pressure, and that's clearly what that was. That almost is a feeling of the deal is done. Y'all just don't know it yet. You know what I mean?
Yep.
To where you couldn't sense no stress on him about it. Like the way you said it is perfect. He was more polished a week ago. He was more very direct and he was very intentional and rehearsed in his questions. Right? You could tell he was PR'd up.
Yep.
And ready to talk about Zeke. But this was, hey man, we just sitting here having some drinks. And matter of fact, Charlie Hill was saying, it's on camera. It's on camera. Like, we got you. Like, we just having fun.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere was too loose for it to be really serious. So, I think if I'm trying to interpret the tea leaves like you are on this event, I mean, how can we not expect the deal to get done this week? Another reason why I would expect it to get done this week is because usually by preseason 3, this is where you want to kind of get a look at your starters.
Yep.
Right? This is where you want your starters to get the most amount of reps before you kind of wind it down and start getting ready for the season by letting I don't want to call it scrub bowl, but that's usually what the last preseason game is, where the last of the reserves get a chance to kind of see what they can do, and where the last can make a roster spot and the starters don't play. So and we should have learned this lesson from last year, because remember, last year he didn't play Zeke and Dak because he was concerned that the offensive line wasn't going to play, because Frederick stuff was coming out and they was concerned about Zeke and Dak. So
he played Dak a little. Oh, you talking about in the final game? He played Dak in that preseason last year. Dak got some burn.
Yeah, but I'm saying he didn't play a lot.
Oh yeah, I feel. My bad.
So versus the week 3 is usually where you'll have your starters go almost for 3 quarters. You give them a full rehearsal, a full feel of the game to work out the last little wrinkles before the season. So this would be the week that you want to kind of, to me, close everybody out.
Yep.
Other than that, then it could go long. So to your point, the whole atmosphere of that interview and the laughter and the looseness about it, to me, man, we might as well just kick our feet up like he kicked up, because this deal getting ready to get done.
Yep, and that's why I'm not about to combat any more people about Zeke, and if he deserves, I'm done with it. Like, I'm absolutely done with it, because at the end of the day, Jerry Jones knows this deal's going to get done. So, unless you have more power than Jerry Jones, it makes no sense for me to try to keep beating this horse over and over and over. Zeke is going to get paid. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get paid. I mean, I don't know when he's going to get paid. Just because of how candidly Jerry Jones was speaking last night, it definitely makes me think that he's going to get paid probably sometime here soon. Because you got to think like this. A comment like that could definitely, especially with a 24-year-old, I think Zeke's 24 now, definitely a 24-year-old dude could definitely be like, he said what? Oh yeah, Zeke that won $16 million. That Zeke who? That's who. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because, man, these kids in 2019 is different. You know what I'm saying? But a comment like that could easily, and let's just be real. we know that there's some ego involved in this. That's why I say a comment like that, if this deal wasn't somewhere almost done, could definitely set a deal back. And that's why, if you notice, he's been very, very particular in the things he said. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you know, I'm eager to see what happens this week. I would not be surprised if Zeke got paid this weekend, or not this weekend, but even this week sometime. I would not be surprised. Jerry Jones said something about this Zeke deal that was probably the most telling of anything, and he said deals get done when they're most beneficial for both parties. You know what I'm saying? And when he said when it's most beneficial for both parties, meaning that this deal is going to get done when both of these guys are almost in a corner. And guess what? My boy Zeke is about to be in a corner in a little bit. Why? Because $40,000 is not no game check. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, Jerry Jones knows that I think Jerry Jones has that feeling that this is a season that has that special feeling on it, and you don't want to waste that over anything. You know what I'm saying? Especially over $1 million. So I'm definitely under the impression that this thing gets done. Hey, before we go to our next subject, I got a giveaway. My boy Ian, he's IAN on YouTube. I told everybody last night, all you have to do is go to YouTube and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button on West Coast Cowboy. And my boy Ian, IAN, that was your username. You won the hat. Please inbox your boy. Obviously, you have Facebook because you wouldn't have seen it and went over there if you didn't. So if you're on Facebook too, let me know, Ian, and Ivan, IAN, and I got you. But I got you on your hat, man. Just hit me with your inbox, and I got you. But make sure if you want to get involved in any giveaways, all you got to do is go over to the YouTube and West Coast Cowboy and hit that subscribe button and say hi in the comments so I know you're there. That's it, man. All right, so we on to our next kind of subject I want to talk about, and our next another guy that kind of we asked for this, man. We asked that Mike White get an opportunity to play with the ones or the zeros or just anybody, man. Put him out there with a better opportunity. Mike White went out there yesterday. He played first, didn't actually play with the ones. The only person that played with the ones was Dak. But even when he was in, he went 7 for 13 for 30 yards and an interception. What are your thoughts on Mike White, man? Boss Cowboy got to take.
Mike White, man, is almost pretty much done. I mean, Cooper Rush is sealing his fate. Like, anybody go watch the game again, you can see that Cooper Rush was driving the ball. The only thing that stopped a lot of Cooper Rush drives was penalties and drops. Go really look at it. It was penalties and drops that killed his drives. It wasn't his throwing. He was putting the ball where he needed to put the ball, and he was putting the ball in the right place with less than what Mike White had. So the excuses of Mike White is pretty much over if we let the lights be the proper voice of evaluation. You know, especially on the deep ball to John Vay. I mean, when he missed that deep ball and underthrew where he had a step on him and everything.
That was his tubby, man. That was his confidence builder right there. I gotta talk about that when you finish. Go ahead. Finish your point.
He had a nice step on him. He had a maybe step and a half on him. That should have been kind of like a walk-in touchdown with the arm strength that we all know Mike White has. It was just about putting the ball at the right place because he has the strength to do it. It was just that he underthrew it. It was just like, what was that? It was just a horrible throw. So it's one of those things. You don't have a lot of time in preseason under the lights to really kind of make your case, and he didn't make the case. And we all asked for it. We wasn't biased about it. We said it's not fair to him to go out there with the threes, get blown up first play because of a Schultz missed block. Let's see him under better scenarios. We saw that, and he still was the same. He was non-existent.
Yeah, and hey, man, I want everybody right now to take your right hand right here. Is this my right hand? This is my right hand. Take your right hand. I want you to extend it across your body right here, right? I want you to then fold it across your chest. I want you to take your hand, and I want you to fold it down and allow it to rest on your back. And then I want you to go up and down 3 times. 1, 2, 3. You know what you just did? You just pat yourself on the back. You want to know why? Because we all gave Mike White a fair chance. We all gave him a fair chance. In our mental, in our minds, in our hearts, we all knew in that San Francisco 49er game that he had my 2 neighbors and 3 other guys playing offensive line. And it was not working out. This week, I think the Dallas Cowboys did the best that you can possibly do with trying to get a look at him. And at some point, boy, you just going to have to perform. Like, you just going to have to perform. Like, you're going to have to perform. You knew where you was drafted at. You knew you weren't a high pick anyway. So you should already have that mindset of, hey, I got to go out there and do what I got to do it. There's been millions of people who have been drafted late and got on that field and shine with less competition. But 7 for 13 for 30 yards, bruh, what is that? Like, what was that? That sounds like think about this, Boss Cowboy. If you put them stats to any position in football on the offensive side of the ball, you're going to say they had a bad game. Amari Cooper was 7 for 13 with 30 yards. What the hell was Amari Cooper doing? What was you doing? Was you running around in circles? Ezekiel Elliott was 7 for 13 for 30 yards. God damn, who they have? And Donovan Sue and all his little cousins down there playing defensive line all day? Michael Gallup, 7 for 13. It don't matter how well you put that, man. That is not a good showing. That's not a good showing. And it leads me to bring up this bigger point about Mike White, right? Does Mike White have a coach? Because I know Dak Prescott got one. But my question, John Kitna, is your job only to coach Dak Prescott? Because right now what I'm seeing is, and I'm going to tell you what kind of like makes this so obvious that this coaching with some of this stuff is because you see a Chris Richard come in here and you see guys like Donovan Alumba. You see guys like other guys that are his guys, my boy Wilson made a play last week. You see unknown guys making plays. And more importantly, one thing I like about them DBs is you don't see a drop-off. But there is such a drop-off. I mean, obviously there's going to be a drop-off between your starter and your backup. Why? Because if he wasn't, your backup would be the starter. But there shouldn't be a cliff, Boss Cowboy. Am I tripping? There shouldn't be a cliff. Like, there is a huge difference between the product that even Cooper Rush is putting on the field versus Mike White. So it leads me to understand, like, John Kitna, what are we doing? What are we doing with Mike White? Because somebody has to take responsibility for his non-development, especially when you bring in a coach that's supposed to be developing him. So my thing is this, if we're not going to develop this dude, I need that roster spot. Why? Because my defensive end looks ridiculous. I'm not trying to cut nobody on the defensive line. I'm going to tell you that right now. Everybody can stay. Like, everybody. You have to argue me for anybody. Is there any D-line I want to cut? No, there's not. Like, all of them. I want to keep all of them. So, yeah, man, I need to figure out. I'm curious, man. Why do you think there's such a difference between what Coach Richard is putting out on that defense and it's you seeing these guys play? And you're seeing John Kitna, and they're doing this. What are your thoughts on that, Boss Cowboy?
Well, I think we spoiled a little bit also by Dak, because when you see people like Dak, who's a true anomaly and a rarity, we get these expectations like quarterbacks just supposed to just come out and just be great. I mean, like even when you compare Romo to Dak right now, we all forget that Romo sat on the bench for 3 years and was basically the coffee boy for all the starters, which is a great place to develop because you learn slow. They kind of bring you up slow, and eventually by year 4, he end up, becoming a starter.
3 years of anything is a long time. That's a long time.
Yeah, that's a very long time, and Mike White is not even at 3 years now. But unfortunately, he might not make the roster, and he might not be in a place to where Romo was, to where they was able to kind of continue the Romo experiment. The Mike White experiment might be over soon with Dallas. And it's just sometimes it's because some of the quarterbacks and some of the defensive ends and some of the players do take time. Like, for instance, we didn't see the best Tank to year 4. We didn't see the best Byron Jones to year 4,
Yeah, but the only thing that sucks about it is... Go ahead.
The Zekes of this world and the Daks of this world and the Lewises of this world, the people that just kind of come out banging, they can spoil us and kind of make us think that that's, normal. And Mike White might just need a little bit more time to cook, But at the same time, sometimes you don't have time. You only have 53 spots. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And your job was to show that you're not the starter, but at least better than who?
Cooper Rush.
And the person that's making the case is Cooper Rush. He said, no, he's not better than me. So what y'all put me out there with the second team, I look good with the second team. Y'all switch it up on the other second preseason game, I showed that I can carry the third team. So pretty much wherever you putting me, I'm making plays. He's making the case where the guy with the better arm strength, the better resume, the better draft position is not. And just sometimes it's just exposing them, because I do believe Kidner, because I see the footwork improvement in decision making and rush. I mean, it's clear to me. I see him avoid sacks, avoid pressure, use his feet, use his arm, use his legs, make good decisions. Even when they going backwards with holding and stuff, he still keep driving lives. So, so Mike White. Not Mike White. You were saying basically Kidner versus
Chris Sharp.
Yeah, with you're seeing the secondary show up. And so like if you're saying who is doing a better job, I would say coaching quarterback is way harder than more than likely coaching corners and safeties. But yet the performance speaking on the field says that Chris is doing a better job.
Yeah, I mean, and think about this. Kidner has 3 guys he's responsible for. Richard has what? Richard has like 6 corners. How many safeties does he have? 5. He got 11 dudes. He got a coach. I mean, I would think a guy that has 3 would be able to, take those guys, especially when you don't really have 3 because you only really got 2. Because Dak don't really need a whole scrubbing down and reshaping and modeling. Like this dude already had 2 division titles when Kidner came. You know what I'm saying? Right. He already had that. So it's like, hold on. So it's not. So I don't think that it's like, I think you show your wealth in what you can do with those guys who are costing you the least. A guy who's costing you money, like you're about to sign Dak about to get $30 million. He should not be needing that much coaching. Like, why are you even thinking about paying him? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yes, like I don't really even put Dak in that real coaching. Like they probably tell Dak, but Cooper Rush and Mike White, they got homework. You know what I'm saying? Like we need you to actually take this home, fill this homework out, bring it home. We're gonna bring it back to work tomorrow. We're gonna grade it. Dak is that senior. Right. Dak is that senior where he got his feet not necessarily kicked back, but he got his feet like, yeah, I took this class last year. I got a B- in it. You want to use my cheat? You know what I'm saying? That's who Dak is. So it's like I don't see you know what I'm saying? Like what Dak needed help with, it don't take no 4.5 hours of practicing. And I've been at practice enough to know that they don't even do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why my expectation of a Mike White is just like, I think he should be better. And if you go look at their scouting report coming in, you would think that Mike White would actually be the better quarterback on this team. Like, you would actually think that he would be the better quarterback. But it is not there.
And another thing, too, man, and I'm going to just be honest, is certain teams take away the excuses of not getting your quarterbacks ready. Like, New England takes away the whole league excuses. Like, when you saw Brady suspended for those 4 games, they still was, Garoppolo was, they was 3-1, without him. When he hurt his knee and his ACL, Matt Castle was 11-5.
Yep.
Without Brady. So same thing with Philly. They lose Wentz and Foles get in there and he does it again. So it shows you that there's some teachers out there that can actually kind of work with what they have, to your point. Yep. That can take a Mike White and say, you're different from Dak, but we can still win with you.
Yep.
Yep. And they make it happen. Brissett, the same thing in New England. And they have those guys look so good in limited seasons and limited time that they most go off to get contracts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Foles got a contract. Brissett got another contract. Obviously, Garoppolo got a contract.
Great point.
And that goes back to like your point, which is kind of like you still have to take a look at Kittler and say, hey, why is this guy not looking good? He has an arm strength. He has the resume. He has the pedigree. He has all the things that you call a sleeper. He had a third-round grade that we got in the fifth. He has a lot of things that says that you should be doing better with this guy, and it's not happening. So, yeah, I mean, it's a fair thing to take a look at Kittler versus Chris. You know, and the first thing to even look at Kittler and say, okay, what's going on with this guy? And even though Rush is doing better, we still want to see what you got in terms of your ability to teach.
Yeah, and you got to think.
Because you see.
Good point. Go ahead. Hey, bring up the Sean McVay. Remember the conversation we had about Sean McVay yesterday? About Sean McVay would. Well, I'll just go ahead and paraphrase it right now. To your point, Boss Cowboy. Sean McVay, they cut to Sean McVay during the game, and they were basically asking him like who's calling the plays right now, and he said my assistant is calling. One of his assistants was calling the play. I don't know his name, but they asked him why, and he's like, because we're evaluating the players and we're evaluating the coaches. Like that's what you're supposed to be using preseason to be doing, evaluating. This is not the time where obviously I don't want them to be showing their entire playbook, but I don't even think you'd actually do that in a game. Because there isn't so many people have this conception that the NFL has, every team has the playbook, and these are the only plays they run. No, that's not how it works. They have a base offense, and then they watch film, and they design plays that are going to work based off of the team they're playing. So your offense is going to change every week, or at least it should every week. Why? Because you're going to play a different team every week. You know what I'm saying? That's how advanced football is now. So
right, and I think if you're trying to evaluate coaches, I think this is kind of how to do it. And
Yep.
It's just my opinion. This is how to do it. If an individual is good, then sometimes the coaches get too much credit. But when the unit is good, then that's when the coach deserves all credit.
Yep.
And you see that, you can see that with the Rams. So the Rams starting secondary was good. So. Okay, maybe those guys are just talented. But their B team and C team secondary was good too. And they were still making plays not only this week but last week, So when you see a unit good, when you see people all the way down to a lumber making plays, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, man.
Third team corners.
Yeah, and hey, I'm so happy you brought up my boy Alumba, man, because I got his interview up. I want to show this to you guys right here. I just love Donovan Alumba's mentality. This is a guy who was on our practice squad last year. This was a guy that was on our practice squad last year. So I'm going to let you guys, this is on YouTube, so it should play. So here we go. Wait, hold up. I got to turn the sound up.
Well, he ran into me, and I thought I tried to protect myself, but I think they saw me grab a little bit, inside of his jersey. So, they just called it. I thought it was clean, but it's just a game.
Penalty aside, pretty active second half. How you feel in general just about the way you played after halftime?
I felt pretty good. There's some plays I still want to make, like the pass breakup on the deep ball. I wish I could have picked that off, but you live and you learn, and just keep on playing.
So I was just going to say that you have a good pass breakup there.
Wait, I need to say this for the people. I want the people in the back to hear this. I just want the people in the back to be able to hear what he says.
Just keep on playing.
So I was just going to say that you have a good pass breakup there, but then just as impressive that tackle from.
Hold on, let me get it back up.
The way you played after halftime?
I felt pretty good. There's some plays I still want to make, like the pass breakup on the deep ball. I wish I could have picked that off, but you live and you learn, and just keep on playing.
So I was just going to say that you have.
Let me stop this real quick. All right, so we back at it. So y'all heard he said, man, this is a guy who was on a practice squad last year. This is a guy who was on a practice squad last week. We stashed him on the practice squad. Number 32, Donovan Alumba. And to your point, as far as Chris Richard's coaching and things like that, and what he's doing with these guys, this is the mentality of a guy. You want to know why he wants to pick that ball off, Boss Cowboy? Because he knows him intercepting a pass, that's a sure way. There ain't too many sure ways in life of making a team. But when you hear the announcer says, oh, yeah, you make that play, you make this team. He knows you pick a ball off going deep on a deep route, someone trying to score, you take that ball, oh, yeah, man, that's going to put a notch in your belt. That's going to put an extra star on beside your helmet when it comes down to evaluation. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I love about his answer is, think about this. We were all happy about the fact that he defended the pass. I was happy that the dude didn't score, that he actually defended the pass, knocked the ball away. You know what he was concerned about and what he was upset about? Him not intercepting the ball. Boss Cowboy, we got two former DBs on the line right now. What was your thoughts on that and that mentality, man?
Yeah, I mean, he has a great reputation, and everybody talks about his work ethic, and that's the type of guy that constantly is driving himself, and he's his worst best critic, which is good, you know. So even though most people like to get up and they like to wave it off like, he didn't catch it, and that's good enough for a lot of the DBs, and especially with recent Dallas DBs. He's saying, which obviously you want to hear, I could have made that one-hand catch, and I'm going to focus on that.
Yep.
You know, I should have made the other catch to where it hit me in the hands, you know. And it's basically like he's saying, okay, it's not enough just to stop them from catching it. I also want to get the ball. So, you know, shout out to him. He deserved it. He's been getting a lot of praise, low-key. It was good for him to show what his work ethic kind of could do for you when you get your opportunity. So he played better, you know. Now, do I trust that he would actually be a good starter for us? No. But does he maybe do enough to maybe make the roster? Maybe, you know?
Yeah.
You know, but I definitely, I mean, but he's becoming a candidate of winning the crowd. Like, I wouldn't give it to him yet. I would start with other guys on winning the crowd, winning your freedom, because I don't even consider you able to win the crowd and win your freedom unless you give me at least 2 preseason quality games. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but I'm just, I mean, we like to, we building them up right now. We'll tear them down on another show. But what I'm saying is,
I'm not even tearing them down at all. I'm just saying, like, in terms of like when he does it again, then that's when I'm gonna be like, okay, this was the making of that.
Okay, but the thing I was the thing I was trying to more focus on, not even necessarily on him, is the mentality. The mentality of wanting to actually go get the ball and actually wanting, not even just being satisfied with knocking the ball down. Because we have corners who are for the last, up 10 years. Think about this. Jeff Heath has been our leading interceptor, has led the team with interceptions 2 years. He didn't do it this year, but like over the last 3 years, he's led this team 2 years in interceptions. And that's your safety, Jeff Heath. So I'm talking about the mentality. You have one corner who's an all-pro, second-team all-pro, who has the mentality of, well, my job is, because you guys heard the interview, I interviewed him and I asked him, my job is to stop the best guy from getting the ball. No, from catching the ball. Then you have another guy who's saying, no, I know I can make that play.
My job is to get
my job is to get the ball. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's what I'm saying, I love that. That's what you get when you get a Chris Richard, because Chris Richard gotten these guys, guess what, who believe that people have told him that you're not going to start or blase. He got them dudes believing. And more importantly, I love the fact that Alumba, like you said, when you know what you're capable of, you just can't be happy with, yeah, I knocked it down. Not when you believe you could have took it. Like, that's the mentality you want to have in your cornerbacks. Why? Because a knockdown is good. I love a pass deflection. I love it. But an interception gives my offense 3 plays that I know. As long as we don't turn the ball over. It's going to give my offense 3 plays. And hold on. And my last thing I want to let you guys know, think about this, how important turnovers are. If the Rams don't get that ball from that turnover, from that muff point, they probably don't even score. That game is probably 14-3 at the end, because our defense played stellar the whole game. The only reason why they scored that touchdown is we only had 32 yards to go. I think it was even less than that. They're like 32 yards to score a touchdown. So, I mean, that's how important turnovers are. Without that turnover, this is a 14-3 game. And you have a corner out there that's talking about getting them. I like it, man. Go ahead. You on mute.
Well, yeah, I'm on mute.
No, I was saying, you're good now.
So like, I mean, Alumba is the right mentality that you definitely want to see in Dallas, and it's definitely been too much of, he didn't catch it, I kept him from catching it. Guys, you know, we want the guys to get the ball, and to see that he's a focus on that, and Chris is obviously putting a focus on that. I think we just need somebody to make it contagious. Like, for instance, Woods, he been showing up in training camp. We've been seeing him come up with the ball in training camp. That's really never been my concern with him. My major concern with him was missing tackles. And I came up with a compromise today.
It's the craziest thing in the world, but you got to hear it. Go ahead.
I'm dead serious when I said, though, I came up with a compromise. For every interception, I will put up with 3 missed tackles from Woods.
I'll take it, too.
And I'll take it. Like, I would take it. If you able to get the ball like you was getting in training camp, and you can come up with 7 this year, I would literally tolerate 21 missed tackles from you. I would tolerate it. I won't say nothing about it. I just be like, hey, it's not his game. As long as he getting the ball, I'll put up with an occasional missed tackle from you. You know, and I will. And that's a promise. It's like, and then when I said that, West Coast echoed and said something else that just kind of made that point even stronger. Because Deion Sanders was never known to be a quality tackler, but nobody better not complain about his value as a cover person.
And you better not say it in front of him either. And you better not to this day say it in front of him, because he'll get on your head about that. They didn't pay me to tackle. That's what he said.
His value was so exponential in terms of getting the ball.
Yeah.
So it's like, I take a old bounce off tackle, or where you just miss a guy. I take that where we could have stopped him on that drive, but the drive kept going, because I take that 3 times, I promise you, if we can get more interceptions out of Woods. But if it's like one of those 1 or 2 interception seasons with 20 missed tackles, I'm gonna be on his head. I'm gonna be like, nah, man, I'm sick of it. And this better not be the year we pass up on Taylor Rapp and all those guys we passed up on that's balling for these other teams. You know, I'm sick of it, and I'm not gonna put it with a whole other year. He gonna break out this year. This year 4. We've been waiting on the breakout. It's time to go and draft a guy that got it. You know, But from what I'm saying, I'm coming into the season clear-minded and clear-headed, saying, Woods, just do what you did in training camp. I won't have no problems with you even missed tackles. I'll be all the way cool with it.
Yeah, because I mean, I hate a missed tackle, but I'm gonna tell you right now, turnovers are so momentum. Turnovers change the momentum of a game so dramatically that it's just like that game. Think about this: they, at the mindset of that game for the Rams was we're only down 4 points. We just need to score 1 touchdown. But bro, your defense throughout plays so well that, man, if you don't have that 1 turnover, that 1 muff punt, that's a 14-3 game. And it's probably even worse, because you got to think when you're only down by 4, it's a different mentality when you're down by 10. You know what I'm saying? So I love the mentality. I love the mentality of Donovan Alumba. I love that. You know what I'm saying? Just not satisfied with knocking the ball down, because, man, you knock that ball down, there's so much that still goes with it. You still got that offense on the field. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, find a way to get these guys. Go ahead. You have something, Boss Cup? I was just going to say, find a way to get the offense off the field. Go ahead.
Yeah, because, and another reason why I love your praise of Alumba's mentality is because interceptions are contagious.
Yep.
Whoever played across from Deion always had a career year or a Pro Bowl year when they played across from Deion. Eric Davis did. Remember the 2 interceptions he got in the NFC Championship game versus Dallas? Across from Deion. Same thing happened with Larry Brown, right? Across from Deion. he had a great year in interceptions because it's contagious. When you see the guy across from you making plays and getting the ball, it makes you want to get the ball. You don't want to be the only DB out there not getting that ball in your hands,
Yep.
So you got to have somebody that's going to strike that match, and if it's a lumber. But that's also, honestly, brother, that's also why I want this drama with Jordan Lewis to stop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sick of he's the player to watch. He's been so good this offseason. He makes plays every time he's out there. He's such a competitor. Well, why is he not starting? I mean, when Jones get back, if Brown run out there, I'm just gonna be done with Dallas, bro. I don't mean done as a fan. I'm gonna just be done with our politics. It's gonna be like, bro, how can this guy just be the praise again like he was his rookie year when everybody was raving he was the best DB, and then he just show up as not the starting nickel the next year? How can you rave about him all camp, all these games, really have no fault you can find with him? I heard them talking about Jordan Lewis in camp, and they said, man, he out there and he looks like he could be a receiver. He's that athletic. His hands are that good. So if we trying to strike the match with contagious interceptions, really just put Lewis out there, man. You know what I mean? And let him go ahead and grow and develop. And I think his mentality was spread across the whole secondary.
Yes, I mean it's absolutely is contagious, and not only is it contagious, but as a DB, man, like that's what if you're not getting your hands on that ball, man, then what are you doing? Especially when there are coverages designed for you to take chances. You know what I'm saying? Like there are coverages designed for you to help you get your hands on the ball. You know what I'm saying? So like when you're not doing that, go ahead.
Like 2 men, where you have 2 safeties over top that's covering half the field, and it's the job of everybody that's playing man coverage underneath to basically just jump on everything that's short routes. So you're right there, and we run a lot of 2-man, and they talked about that also when they said what'd be a good defense right now. He said we'll probably run 2-man, keep everything in front of us. Remember he talked about that, Sean McVay, when they were saying what's good for his third and long. He said we'll probably run 2-man and keep everything in front of us. That's what he was talking about, having that safety protection, 2 safeties at the top that's protecting everything vertical, and the whole defense is designed to look. If you get beat, that's fine. We got safety.
You got a safety behind you.
Want y'all to jump everything, jump it. Anything short, jump on it, take your chances, and try to get the ball. Which is an excellent point. To your point, is like we should at this point be seeing more turnovers coming from our defense.
Yep.
And somebody got to start the match. Somebody got to be the contagious one and the host of the interception disease. They got to be able to start it. They got to be the host of it. And the best way to do it is to put the guys out there that make it happen.
Yeah.
Which also honestly includes Heat.
Yep.
It also includes Heat. Like Heat, but Heat at the right place. Like I like Heat more in free than in strong.
Yeah, I don't necessarily want Heath in the box like that. Just because like his decision making is better when he can see more of the field. Like if you can't, if you're gonna limit Heath to how much of the field that he can see, like you can't then put him on a guy like, you know what I'm saying? Like Heath needs a good 10 yards, because if he can see it, he can get to it. Oakland Raiders game, y'all remember that? Like that was some impossible play, and Heath was on the other side of the field when he made the play, but he was able to make it. You want to know why? Because he took an angle and got him exactly where he basically didn't run to Derek Carr. He ran to where Derek Carr was going, and he met him. Bop! Knocked him right out and knocked the ball right out. You know what I'm saying? But he needs that. He needs the yard. He needs that 10, 15 yards so he can get there. Because just like in that Rams game, when he's close up on the line and he can't see where it is, his reaction time is not good. Why? Because Goff was already past him when he realized, oh my God, that's my guy. He just had a brain, like he had a brain fart or something. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's it. That's a really good point of what you were saying, man. As far as Heath, and before we wrap it up, I'm gonna tell you another point too, because you brought up Byron Jones, man. Chris Richard is gonna need one of his guys to make it through this 3, bro, because you gotta think Jordan Lewis is not Chris Richard's guy. He didn't draft that guy. He wasn't even here when he got drafted. Neither is Cheetah Bay Awuzie. Neither is Byron Jones. You know what I'm saying? Neither is Jeff Heath. Neither is Xavier Woods. So one of his guys has to bust up in that group so he can be like, that's my guy that I coached, that I brought. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody's gonna have to do that. So I would look to see which one of these guys is gonna be that. You know what I'm saying? And I see it like this: Byron Jones, and if he does not play in this next game, if he's not able to play in this next game, I mean, I'm not with starting a cornerback his first game back in week 1. I'm not with that. I'm not with that at all. Like, you need some acclimation, bruh. Or you gonna be, I mean, it's gonna be all go routes on you all day. I mean, that's what I would do. This your first game back of the season? The entire year? Oh yeah, go routes all day. We're gonna test your conditioning. We're gonna test, and then when we ain't testing your condition, I'm running a running back right at you. We're gonna test your body. Like, that wouldn't even be a good move for the Dallas Cowboys if he's available week 1. No, bro. If Byron Jones ain't ready to practice, if he ain't ready to get it popping like this week, and I don't even know about week 4. What would you think about if he can't play in any preseason games, I'm against him starting week 1. That's not right. That's not right, man. This defense has been playing well without him. That's not right. Let one of them young boys get out there and let them ball. You ain't seen nothing deep going over top. You ain't really, I mean, you seen Jalen Hurd do his thing, but man, you know, it is what it is. What you think, Boss Cowboy, on Byron Jones, man?
That's a hard one, you know, because, see, I know from playing the position that especially if you're coming off of hip surgery, one of the things that help you play the corner position is like the twitchiness of your muscles, right? And having a quick twitch. Like, one of the things that used to help me come up my break and is I used to have to jump rope every day. Literally, I had to jump rope every day 10 minutes. It was part of what I had to do to maintain my edge. And him coming off surgery is really have the twitchiness and the way to react, which you have to have even with muscle instinct to play the position. So it would make him risky, because I don't know many people that can just walk out after surgery and just now starting to, you know, kind of get yourself back to 100% and be back at an all-pro, Pro Bowl level. I don't see it, you know? So it's almost like you would have to put him out there to see, but I would have a short leash on him just for what you just said, because more than likely, the chances of you being yourself is just not good, especially when you need that help. Yeah. Because what do they always talk about with corners? Hips. How you turn, right?
Everything is in your hips, bro. Everything is in your hips. Everything is in your hips.
Yeah, so I mean, how you turn.
When you talk about a good corner, you be like, yeah, he has good hips. Like, what does that mean? That means, yeah, like that's like I'm gonna be honest with you. There's a lot of stuff that you can say about a DB, but if you say someone has good hips, that instantly to another DB makes you think that he's pretty good.
Yep. That he can just turn his body, and it's a whole lot of things that kind of go into it. We talk about body lean, being able to stay on your toes, playing in balance, playing under control, having stops that's similar to a receiver, because a DB that can't stop is a DB that's going to create separation, because if you have a receiver that stops way better than you, they're going to beat you with their feet.
Gaps.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it leaves so many question marks with Jones. Now, one thing, man, I want to kind of change the subject just real quick, because I'm really asking a real question, because I'm not understanding what's going on. Where is Connor McGovern? Where is Chris Wellstreet? And where was Michael Jackson?
Okay, Michael Jack, I'm going to tell you real quick. Chris Wellstreet all last week, all the way up until Wednesday, did not practice. I got that on video. He did not practice at all. I'm just reiterating, but the rule here is, because this is what Jason Garrett actually said in a press conference, if you don't practice at least 3 days leading up to the game, you won't play. You know what I'm saying? So you got to remember, Wednesday he did not practice because I was there. You know what I'm saying? And he was off on the side running the tape. So that's already Thursday. That's Friday. Under the Jason Garrett rule, he wouldn't have even been eligible to play. Now, if I think he actually did suit up, though, because I could have sworn I seen him, but he did not touch the field. And I think I know why the reason is, too. I think they're hiding him. You know what I'm saying? I think they know Chris Westry is a guy who's probably not going to make this 53, but at the same time, they don't want to lose him. So I think the Cowboys are one of those teams that won't be honest, and they just won't play you. And they'll hope that they can stick you, kind of hide you and then put you on their practice squad. And I think that's what they're doing, because why else would you not? I mean, he's a corner. Like, why else would you not? I mean, he was fully dressed, too. I remember he did actually play. I mean, he actually was at the game, and he did suit out. But, I mean, unless he's injured, like, why would you not? And he didn't show up on no injury list, so, that's the only reason why I think that the Cowboys are hiding him. And to be honest with you, I think it's the exact same thing with Mike Jackson. Mike Jackson is not ready, man. He's not ready. You know what I'm saying? He's not ready. You guys have already told you guys several times that he has a problem with speed. He has a problem with letting receivers get up on him way too quick. John V. Johnson made his name at training camp off of Mike Jackson several times. You know what I'm saying? Randall Cobb. I ain't gonna name the other guys because all those other guys are like pros, like pros, and they were making plays on him too. But MGZ got him on a nasty one. Y'all can see the highlights on Dallas.com. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got him on there. Like, he was getting done. So I mean, I think they're kind of doing the same thing with him and Westry. I think they're basically kind of protecting them so that you can't expose them too much, because they got to clear waivers so that you can put them back on your practice squad. You know what I'm saying? So I think with them it's just straight business. Fonzarelli said, my boy Scout Fonzarelli did some work, and he did some research. He said that Connor got a bicep injury, so he was out.
Okay.
Yeah, he was out. But I tell you this, whoever 60, 63, and 61, not good. Not good at all. Hey, Boss Cowboy, man, we're going to be on here live tomorrow. We're going to be on here live tomorrow at the 12 o'clock show. Until then, Boss Cowboy, let them know where they can find you at, man.
Yeah, you can find me at Boss Cowboy Sports on all social media platforms. But if you go to Twitter, it's going to switch around for my handle, and it's going to be at Cowboy_Boss. It just reverses. That's it.
All right.
So, and then my article should be out. I just haven't posted it around yet, but it'll be out. It should be out right now. I just haven't checked.
Okay. Well, shoot, man. I appreciate everybody that's watching on YouTube. Remember, Ivan, IAN. I appreciate you for going over in YouTube and hitting that subscribe button, so you'll be actually winning a hat. Remember, if you guys want to win a hat, I'll probably give away one tomorrow, so make sure you guys tune in. I don't want to give them away every day. Well, I ain't got the funds to do that every day, but, I'm going to give them away as much as I get stuff. I'm going to give it away. You already know what it is, man. So, Ivan, please inbox me so I can hit you up and get you your hat. If you need them jerseys, I got them. Other than that, man, I appreciate everybody who sponsors. I appreciate the sponsors, man. I appreciate Gridiron All-Stars. I appreciate Cowboys Experience for the experience. And you guys already know what it is, man. Never good look down. Wait, time out. Hashtag. There you go. I just did it. Never look down because the stars up. Peace.